Hey guys, Raj here. Welcome to Saga Thursday. We are in the middle of a Saracens battle board review with Mr. Andy Lyons, so let's jump right into that. All right, so Shifting Sands, it's 2 uncommon dice, another orders or orders reaction. Roll 2d6. Designate in each warband in play a number of units equal to the difference between the dice rolled. So it could be up to 5 if you're a gambler, or if you went for the blessing, it would just be 1.
Yep.
Okay, and then each of these units must either take 1 fatigue or eliminate one of its models. So that affects your guys as well? Am I reading?
Yeah, a number of units in each warband. The good thing is you get to choose, so you can choose which 2 of your units and which 2 of his unit.
Okay, that makes sense. So having a levy with bows might be your victims here on your side.
The same as 12, yeah.
And then you could trade off for a Hearthguard. So
probably take a fatigue on that.
Yeah, possibly.
And that sets you up for your attack, doesn't it?
Interesting. So if you go for the Gusto, I mean that's 5 units, but then you have to select 5 of your units too. So
yeah,
that's one that you maybe don't want to get the 5 potentially.
No, but if you played Visions, you can modify it down to 4.
Okay, yeah.
By changing one of the dice by a pip. But yeah, some people use the fatigue element of this as the basis for their battle plan with the Saracens, by trying to get the other person's units all fatigued to bits. So playing this every turn, getting fatigue on all of his wrong units, and you've dumped some little 4-man units off to the side. Point of levy split into 3/4s because there's no limit.
Yeah, specifically for this play.
Just to accept fatigue. Yeah, and they build an army around that, and that's the basis of the battle plan.
Does the Saracen choose whether it's fatigue or eliminate, or does the owner?
No, the owning player chooses for the units affected. The Saracen chooses which units are affected, and the owning player chooses the effect.
Fatigue or okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess Hearthguard. I would take the fatigue, but okay. Interesting way to.
Bear in mind that's if you do that as an orders reaction, you can put a fatigue on his Hearthguard unit, and then he can rest it off with an activation before he gets to do anything. So.
Yeah, so that's what's going through their mind.
Yeah.
So,
but you might force them to load up extra dice for resting. He hasn't got any fatigue, just in case you play Shifting Sands. So.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, you can do it in your turn to set up some attacks, or in their turn to just kind of mess them up, try to get them to burn dice for rests, stuff like that. Which do you use this one frequently? So with Allah's Blessing, it's just going to be 2 uncommons for 1 unit, unless you use the Visions, I guess.
If you use Visions, it's okay, but again, situational. But generally, if you've invoked Allah's Blessing, you're not going to get a lot of effect out of it, so it doesn't get played very often.
When you're running it that style. Okay. Yeah. And then, so if you roll 2d6 and they're the same number, that is basically wasted, that? 0?
Well, there's no difference, is there?
Yeah, okay. So just a 1 in 6 chance for all of these, unless you're using Visions, that it's just not going to go off in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, Visions affects all of your abilities, not just one ability, so you can use that modifier on all of these. So,
yeah, you're going to, if you have two or 3 of these queued up, although 3 of them look like 2 dicers, so the arrows.
We've got some expensive abilities on here.
So when you're already using the Visions, and then 2 of these, that'd be 5 dice without anything else going on. So interesting. Alrighty, I'm gonna move up to the arrows and shields, or actually, why don't you do that one?
Okay. This is a shooting, so this is a purely attacking shooting ability. So we're going to roll 2d6. These are the gambling dice. Your unit gains a number of attack dice equal to the highest score, and the target unit gains a number of defense dice equal to the lowest score. Now then, it's an uncommon or a rare dice. If we're gambling and we roll a 1 and a 6, we get 6 attack dice, they get 1 defensive dice. If we're gambling and we roll 2 4s, we both get 4 dice. If we're invoking Ella's Blessing, I'm going to get 5 dice, you're going to get 3 defensive dice. So depending on armor and other things, it's situational. Again, this doesn't do a lot for me, and I don't play it very often, because even with Allah's Blessing, the chances are that if you've given somebody 3 defensive dice and you put 4 hits on them and they're rolling 7 dice against shooting, they're not going to lose a model generally.
Yeah, I would say with Allah's Blessing up, it's definitely not really doing anything for you. I mean, best case scenario, you're usually rolling 4s to hit, unless you're shooting at some weaker units, but they're going to be rolling 4s to save. If they're in cover or something, then it is completely not going to be to your benefit. So, yeah, this one kind of like Shifting Sands, where you need to be gambling for it to potentially pay off for you. And arrows and shields, could be decent. One thing is, you need to get the most out of it, you'd have to take like a big Hearthguard unit or something, because you might be capped as well. If you roll 6, but you're only generating 4 dice to begin with, I think you really need to keep that in mind. If the best you can get is 4 attack dice, they could still get 4 defense. So
yeah. If you play it in combination with piercing shots, so any additional dice you're getting, at least have more chance of hitting. And the Prophet's Curse, where he's saving 1 dice worse off as well, so he'll be saving on 5s instead of 4s. Then it could be worth doing, but that's a big combo, and that's most of your dice gone for the turn.
Mm-hmm.
Still need some dice to fire the bows.
Yeah. So between, I guess if I was gambling, I think I'd rather put the uncommon dice here. But if you're using the Blessing, I would just put it in the combat pool for that extra shot. If you had the dice and there's nothing else better, if you're just looking between these two, it'd probably work out the same for you. So, okay. We have potentially a decent combo there with the 2 shooting abilities, but it's going to cost you 2 uncommons or rares to get it. Which, I don't know. All these other ones take 2 dice anyways. And
these gambling abilities, if you want to get the big results, you need to gamble. If you want to get at least something out of it, then you'd use the Blessing. So.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather get something guaranteed than nothing possible.
All right. I'm going to move down to a Pure Heart. This is a common and uncommon dice. It's a melee ability, which is actually the first and looks to be the only melee ability on the board. So looks like it's worth going towards.
We don't get a lot of pimps on our melee abilities in this army.
No. So looking at a gambler here, roll 2d6, choose one of the scores, gain a number of attack dice equal to half that score, and gain a number of defense dice equal to half the score of the die you have not chosen. So both of these positive, yeah. You're going to get some benefit here, it looks like.
You're going to get something off both of the dice you roll on this one.
Yeah, so at the very worst, you're going to gain 1 attack and 1 defense dice. Yeah, you round up. So, which
is what you would have got if you'd put the 2 dice in the combat pool. So that's your worst case scenario. It's better than putting 2 dice in the combat pool.
Mm-hmm. And then
anything other than a pair of 1s or a pair of 2s, and you've got a bonus on top of that.
Mm-hmm. And then if you roll 2 5s or 6s, you get 3 attack dice, 3 defense dice. So nothing to sneeze at there.
No. Or if you've invoked the Blessing, you can have a 3 and a 4, because you can't pick the same result on both dice. So you have to have 1 as a 3 and 1 as a 4. So your 3 will give you 2, and 4 will give you 2 as well. Mm-hmm. And if it's visions, you can take the 4 up to a 5 to make that a 3 and a 2. So you'll get 5 dice off those 2.
Okay. With visions, does it cap out? So if you roll a 6, and you could take visions up to a 7, and you half that, you're going to get 4 off that. Is there anything I'm not seeing there?
I don't think it's capped.
Okay. Okay. Well, at least you'll be able to see your dice and then see, going to a 3 to a 4 is not going to make any difference, but then going to a 4 to a 5, you can use it, on those ones with visions at least.
That adjusting the dice can bring the score above 6 or below 1. So yeah, there's no cap on it. Yeah.
Oh, cool. So if you do get a 6 and you got visions up, you can get potentially 4 attack dice.
Yeah,
three defense, whichever way you want to roll it. So, okay, yeah, decent. You're gonna get something for sure. Decent attack ability here. So, I like it. On average, I guess you'll end up 2 attack dice, 2 defense dice, which is two dice to do it. I guess it's kind of pricey. Other boards can do something similar for. I'm thinking of Anglo-Saxons. They have an ability just takes 1 dice to do that. So yeah, it's better than nothing though.
Well, seeing as that's the only melee ability we've got, it is better than nothing. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And finally, the Faith Strike. 2 rares. It's got to be good. It's got to be good.
This is going to be a game changer. 2 rare dice.
Hit us with it.
How many battle boards have abilities with 2 rare dice on? The Normans, Dex Eye, where the Warlord doubles up to 10 dice and rerolls his misses. Fantastic. And we get Faith Strike. Roll 2d6. This is an activation, so this isn't a melee shooting ability or anything. This is an activation. So roll 2d6 and choose 1 of the scores rolled. Activate for a movement a number of different friendly units up to half the score of the chosen die. Any units that engaged in melee generate an extra attack and defense dice equal to half of the other dice roll. Right. So let's say a 5 and a 3. So if we roll a 5 and a 3, we can choose which of these 2 dice. So if we choose the 3, half of that is 2, so we can activate 2 units. And they'll get half of if they engage in melee, they'll get half of the other dice, which was a 5. So we'll get 3 attack and 3 defense dice each. So we can send 2 units in with 3 attack and 3 defense dice if we roll a 3 and a 5. We can modify it, or even with Allah's Blessing, a 3 and a 4, we can get a modification on that. So we can get 2 units by modifying the 4 up to a 5 and having the dice as the 3. This is getting complicated. The 3 dice will be 2 units to activate with 3 attack and 3 defense. It's decent. I don't think it's worth 2 rare dice. But again, this will add melee dice where we can't get them anywhere else.
Yeah, so it kind of is like another melee ability here. So
yeah, you need to be able to engage and want to engage in melee with 2 units in that turn. Otherwise, spending 2 rare dice to get a couple of attack and defense dice, you would be better off rolling them in the activation pool, and even if you boil it down to common dice, sticking those in the combat pool, and you get the same result. 2 rare dice is a bit steep, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's other ones where you can activate every unit within long or something reward. But okay, well, you can obviously stack one of those with the Pure Heart to have a really, really solid melee with 3 to 6 attack dice and 3 to 6 defense dice. So you do have the option for a really solid combat in your favor there. It's activation, so it's only going to be in your turn that you're getting this stuff going for you. And then this is one where Allah's Blessing seems comparable to the gambling, where Shifting Sands, Arrows and Shields seemed like you had to gamble to really get any use out of it potentially. Where this one, the difference between the blessing and just rolling isn't as much. So pretty cool. Yeah. Decent stuff here.
I think if you want to charge 2 rare dice for it, you should take out the word half out of paragraphs in there. And have the dice and the number of units equal to whatever the roll is, and not half of the roll.
Okay.
But there it is. That's how it is.
So we've got 2 shooting abilities, 2 activation melee stuff, a mix of stuff here. So what does your warband look like when you're taking these guys? Looks like maybe just a mix of everything would work well for you.
It's a pretty mixed up. I tend not to put levy on the table with these. I'd rather spend the point on a unit of Nafatan or Daylami or even the Bedouins, because they're not costing me any dice to activate. So generally the Saracens end up with a mercenary unit of some description when they hit the table. 2 points of Hearthguard mounted with bows, shoot and scoot, get into medium, get the +1, get back out again. Saracens trick to try and keep them safe by having another unit nearby. This is where a bard is useful, because he's not going to cost you any points to put him on the table, and he's a great diversion for Saracens trick against the mounted army. Normal warlord, I don't see any benefit from a priest in this army unless it was a warrior priest, and then I'd probably stick him on foot with the foot warriors. But generally it's 2 points of mounted Hearthguard, 3 points of warriors, and a point of mercenaries of some description. And if I stick the Nafata on, then that's going to split up between the warriors. So there's nothing amazing on this board. It is hard work to get the best out of it. And it's probably the reason why not many people pick it to take the tournaments, and why, to my knowledge, it's only won a couple of tournaments from all the I've seen around the globe.
Yeah,
but, yeah, it's a pity, because the Saracens are the real defenders of Jerusalem in the Crusades.
So for how many years? Yeah, I kind of agree. Looking at this, looks like a combined arms kind of approach, and those kind of lists, they take some precision to use, I think, and some real knowledge and sort of advanced level of play, I think, to get the use out of that. And then when you're doing that, you're combining it with some random elements that can just monkey up the whole game, kind of, potentially.
This gambling element, if you set out your strategy for the turn with the dice you've rolled, and then it all goes to pot before you've got into melee, because you don't get any of the decent results you need on your gambling dice.
So yeah, there's kind of two ways it can go wrong. One when you get to melee, and then before you even get before you can even get there. So it's adding that element of uncertainty. So it looks like it could be fun if you're just looking for I don't know, like a laid back one-off game where you don't care and you can just kind of go for those big results and just see what you can do. Could be fun. But then on the flip side, when you do get those big results, then usually your opponent is not too happy about it either, because they feel like they can't really do anything against that. You're just getting lucky, is all in their book. But okay.
Yeah, one of the heroes that you can use. One of the heroes is useful. One of the heroes is Saladin, which gives a bit to both players, and I've not used him. But the other one, Kilij Arslan, gives all of your mounted guys composite bows, which is good. So they can move and shoot, and then shoot and move. So that improves the Saracen way of warfare and brings it a bit more in line with what they actually did. They've all got Turkish short bows, they've called them here. So basically the composite bows, where they can move and shoot 8 inches and then shoot and move and run away. And that's good, but that's a point of your army gone just to give them that ability by upgrading to that.
Interesting. Yeah, it definitely pushes it towards one direction. In the rise of the Crescent ability, I think we'll be more interested in that style of army, getting multiple activations going on. So, okay. Well, good deal. Any particular scenario challenges with these guys?
Probably defending scenarios aren't great because you're focusing on an 8-man Hearthguard unit and some warriors on foot with Napata generally. So they don't like to defend particularly well. They don't have any defensive abilities that's going to help them out holding ground or buildings or anything. Generally, they're an attacking army.
Okay.
A poor attacking army.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, if you have to hold something, all you have is the one pure hard melee ability, and then against shooting, you're really combat pool or Prophet's Cursed. Not really great defense against shooting, and you're probably taking some horses, so it could be a weakness there. So, okay, good deal. Well, I think that's about it. So you do like to take some mercs with these guys? You think
they need some personally, I feel they need something to give them an edge in one area of the game, whether it be in melee or in shooting, because the board doesn't give you a lot, and some of the mercenary units can't use abilities off the board because they've got some inbred abilities as well, which kind of make up for the shortfalls in the battle board.
Okay, cool. Looks like another one down here. Thanks for stepping up, biting the bullet on these guys, leading us through here. And you've also volunteered for the Militus Christi. Is that right?
All right.
You haven't backed out on
that? No, we can do that one.
Okay, so yeah, we'll get to that one shortly, and then that'll be the last hurrah for the Saga 1.0 battle boards. But it looks like, at least for the foreseeable future, you'll be, if you want to play Saracens in the 2.0, you'll be using this board for a while yet.
Hopefully they'll get a nice remake in version 2. They deserve it. They deserve a better board.
Okay.
But they're not a throwaway army. They're not an army that you can't play. And some people really enjoy the gambling element of it. It's not a tournament-winning strategy. To
get you through a 5 or 6 game slog, and then there's too much that can go wrong there if you're gambling, and then if you're doing the blessing, looks like you might just lack a little oomph to get you through those tricky situations.
You don't get those extremes of rolling a 1 and a 6, and you benefit from the 6, and they only benefit from the 1. You don't get that, but at least you know you're going to get something out of it, every ability you play.
Okay. Well, thanks again, Andy. You've been great, and we'll definitely keep in touch here with 2.0, I'm sure, besides the Christie here. And looking forward to all that action. It's probably, by the time this goes out, we'll be in the midst of some 2.0 action, I'm sure. So thanks.
We still got some tournaments coming up over the next 3 or 4 months that we'll be using Saga 1 battle boards and rules because
for Adepticon
to adjust and think. So we'll see these battle boards on the table for a few months still to go.
That's right. Yeah, Adepticon will be 1.0 during the day, then we'll get freaky at night, break out the new boards, and go to town. So awesome. Yeah, looking forward. You're coming to Adepticon this year again? I think we chatted last time. It's in the card, so awesome.
It's in for the doubles and the singles, so 3 good solid days of Saga.
Okay. Well, that sounds good. If we don't get lined up in the tournament, we'll have to get an evening game. Does that sound?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Let's make it happen. Okay, excellent. Well, don't want to take up any more your time. I'm going to say goodbye, my friend. I'll check you later.
Okay, let's see. Thanks for now.
Awesome. Saga!